Pisces, how you getting on, guys? So please excuse me because it's very early in the morning. It's nearly 10:10. It's actually it's nearly 10:10. But please excuse me because might take me a few moments to actually get into the reading because it is early and I've got quite a lot to do. So let's have a look. So this is the first half of June, okay? And I will go over it, but towards the end, okay? But you had two extra cards that flew out whilst I was pre-shuffling and all that kind of stuff, so I had to take them. But then you also had the overall energy, which was the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands. I draw my line. So there you go. Oh, and you got two sevens. Two sevens. So let's see. So God, you complicated everything, but I know you're gone, gone, gone. This is where I will draw my line. So someone's drawn a line. So if you look at the song over on the discussion page, that is the actual song for the month. I've drawn my line. So some of you have drawn a line. So this is where it's going to get very confusing because this is where you have the chaser and the runner. Chasing the dragon. Some people could be chasing the dragon or think that you are or them or vice versa. Doesn't really know at the moment. But 2 sevens of 14, which is 5, okay? Regardless, 2 sevens of 14, which is 5. It means that, one, you're also in alignment with whatever you're doing. You're in alignment. So whatever it is that you're doing, okay, generally, you're in alignment with that, okay? Calling or anything, you're in alignment with it. Also 1111, okay? So you're on a journey. You're on some kind of journey. But whatever it is, what goes around comes around. That's why you're in alignment with it. Meaning that there are lessons to be learnt within what is going on at the moment, okay? Meaning that taking and receiving, taking, receiving. So some of you are going to be receiving something, okay? And some of them, or you, are going to have something taken from you. Now, I hate to deliver these messages, but I am actually someone that doesn't blow smoke up people's asses, and I have to give over true messages. So please don't take offence, Pisces, and I am one. It really does depend on where you are on your path, okay? But within energy, or within anything, if you steal something, literally, and someone knows that you've stole it, okay, then you have something owed from a karmic past life, because this is the part of the karma, past life, you are owed something now. But the other person that you are indicative with of soulmate or energy or anything like that within love, because we're all cut from the same cloth, 7 aligning ourselves with things, okay, so, but like resurrection, okay, resurrection, rising from the ashes of 7, which is also the tower, okay, so resurrection, you know, so it could be Scorpio, like rising, maybe, but 7 is like an alignment where you're owed something karmically, or you're owed something, and something's coming back in order to give you something, okay? Or you're running away and they're running to you, or they're running away and you're running to them, because it's karmic, okay? But whatever it is, wherever you are, you're in alignment. You're in alignment. Just happened to pick up the deck, and at the bottom was this, okay? So you're very spiritual, and you are using your intuition in order to know, know that someone is stealing your energy, okay, or they have taken something, or they're being silent about something. But your intuition is something that grows within time, okay, within time. Also karmically, also Pisces, but also like Libra, because it's like 2, okay, balancing things out. Someone's like a balancing act. Someone's doing a balancing act, is what I'm picking up. But you know, 7 covers a conflict, but because it adds up to that number, it adds up to a 5, where someone's like, you know what, bruv, I'm just running from this decision because I just can't be asked to make it, okay? But it's also carrying still some kind of blame, like mind games or manipulation or aggression or argumentative. So if they are or not, or you haven't learned, or you feel it within your intuition that someone is returning, or they've been devious, or they are devious, you're picking it up through dreams. I got dreams to remember. So if you've got Gemini in your chart, you might pick up, yeah, I'm going cold. If you've got Gemini in your chart, but like me, okay, in the moon sign or something, but you haven't got Gemini, please watch that one because you might resonate with that. But you might be picking it up through your dreams, or through your intuition, or through your third eye, okay? Now, third eye is what people take. That's where they take it. Your vibration for life can be anything at any point. Your vibration, your vitality, how you are, it'll go up and it'll down. Temperance, okay? You will always feel good or will feel bad at any point of the day, and you'll never be able to control that, okay? Because that's just you as a human being, and it aligns you with yourself. 7 chakras that run through your body. It aligns you with where you're supposed to be, okay? Karmically. So you're in alignment. But as an overall energy that's felt, okay, through your intuition, it grows within time. So you might be picking it up that someone is running from, let's have a look. Let's go on with the reading. Through dreams and things. There you go. So the 7 is running from a decision, which is here, 2 of Swords. But you've got 7, 8, 9. 9. Now, 9s in numerology, if you look into angel numbers, are a very good number, can be also. You know, I picked it up this morning at 0909. Okay. Now, 9s mean that you can be a very strong, independent character that will remain to go forward fearlessly. Okay. 9 of Wands or that kind of thing. That you're willing to persevere through strength, through any kind of mind games or manipulation if it's happened to you, that you're a very strong character and you're willing to complete something, which means that it's the 9. So there's the 9 of Swords, that you've learned a lesson through that, okay, and you're now coming out of it. And then they are receiving sleepless nights. Or if you are like can't sleep at all, then you still have karma, unfortunately. Okay, trust me, I've been. It's not my first rodeo with energy, but that's what it's telling me. Is 9 is a completion. It's not a completion. It means that I'm still on search to complete the lesson that I've been in. So some of them are going to be receiving the 9 of Swords, which is where they can have mind games and manipulation done to them because they're still in decision mode of deciding over something. Well, I'm going to decide between you or them or what. The people, I don't know. I've got to give over the messages. But this is your karma, okay? So it means karma. You're in alignment with it and they're in alignment with what they're doing, okay? If this is your partner. They're in alignment with being very indecisive and can't make up their mind from their head to their arsehole. I'm sorry, Pisces, and if this is you, literally, it's just your karma. Trust me, I've been in states before 7 years ago. 7 years ago, right? But you've got 9, which means a cry for help. So someone might be coming back in order to, like, ask you to help them. I need your help. I've done something that I shouldn't have done, or I shouldn't have said, or I shouldn't have left you for so long. Indecision where I was picking between you and another person. So whatever comes out here or through here, that can be the other person that they've been deciding. It really can, and I'm adding that into my tarot. I don't know if anybody else does, but that's what I pick up, okay? Now, because you've got conflict, you're running from it. But some are also running from conflict to conflict. They're very conflicted, Pisces. Extremely conflicted. Could be to the extremes. Rock a mic like a candle. But it can be someone that's not very optimistic. Okay, so it can mean like a fixed, because 9s would be like not very optimistic about completing anything. Okay, so 9s can mean within numerology that I'm a very strong character and I will back away from energy and I know my own strength and I'm not part of a decision and that's why I've left. Okay, some people within a 9 within tarot can mean I haven't completed anything. I'm always on search for my 1%, which is 10, but 10 is also a 1. So 10 of cups and all that kind of stuff to me is like, wow, no, it's really not. You know, it's really not. Perfection doesn't last forever. You know, an actual good, loving, caring relationship takes truth and honesty and well, not really hard work, not really, because you both have a quality of give and take. But someone's taking something, or they have took something, or they're still carrying a lot of fucking conflict and blame because someone's crossed the line. Someone has crossed the line and you've said, fuck it, I've had enough. I just feel that you're not trustworthy, that you cannot communicate properly, and that how I'm seeing you or you're seeing me is the fact that you're still undecisive, that you can't decide from your head, from your ass, from left to right. And that's your karma, Pisces. It is your karma. It depends on what scale end of the scale you're on to, and then what I picked up through the intuition of like Libra. So it might be a Libra moon sign, sun, moon or rising, or I might say because of the 9 meaning not optimistic of completing cycles with people, is why they're always running from people but running back to them. This can be someone that runs from people but then they don't complete anything and then they run back because it runs back to them to teach them another lesson, that you will never ever escape karma. Never. Because if you don't learn your lesson, you will run into a trap, which is another person that will do the same thing, and you'll think it's them and they'll think it's you, and it can relate to narcissism or control or mind games, manipulation, strength, power, you know. So it means that someone that may not be optimistic, where everything is in my head, okay, where I can't be optimistic because I'm so fed up that it always happens to me and that I don't have optimism to know where to move forward. So I'm just stuck constantly. So I'll settle for 2 here, which is 4 here, 4, the 4 of swords. Okay, so they settle for second best. So they just run back to their partner that will leave them in decision, and they'll think that, well, you'll leave me in decision, because it can be a very controlling energy of self. Someone can be selfish, actually self-deceiving themselves, because they can never make up their mind. They can never make up their mind because they're shrouded in so much karma. So this is where it's relating to, some of you have drawn a line and said, fuck it, bruv, I'm out and I'm just going this way, okay? Some of them have said, well, fuck it, bruv, I've drawn a line and I'm just going back to my past to settle for second best, okay? You're always best, Pisces. Trust me, you're always best. Because you know best, because you use your intuition, right, of what we went over underneath the deck that just appeared out. Someone's just going to appear missing. Check out Queens of the Stone Age. I appear missing. Someone is missing you and they're running back to you, but they're also missing a Leo. I normally pick that up as Leo. Yeah, here we go. Of Leo. But it can mean Aries or Sagittarius. But as a general, the masculine, some of you are, listen to what I'm saying, some of you are becoming the masculine, regardless of your sign. You're becoming the change into your masculine quality, where you're standing up as a leader, like I said, of a 9, that you can then say, fuck it, I've learned my lesson, I'm now standing in my power, okay, and I am become a masculine, so I am a leader, integrated person of a 9, that would show strength, okay? So within my midhaven would be Leo, okay, my midhaven. So this will all relate to every star sign of any chart, okay, which means my legacy, my destiny, okay, we're part of my wheel of fortune is Leo. So you stand within how you rise up to your karma. Midhaven, excuse me, it is early, but it talks about legacy and destiny, okay. So some of you are standing within your masculine quality and you've learned the lesson and you are receiving messages that you are a very passionate leader, because this can talk about someone that's very passion driven and orientated, but can also be a player, can be someone that is like a predator. It can, I'm not saying you are or they are or whoever, Tino Shade, but within the King of Wands can be a fixed, okay, can be a Leo, fixed Leo, meaning that Leo, very passionate and driven, but they're fixed in that way. So whatever they do is to do with passion would be literally, I'm fixed in that way, and that's fucking it. If it's Leo, okay? Meaning that, well, I'll just do things my way. And if I want to be a sleaze or a tease, I will be a sleaze or a tease, okay? That can relate to Sagittarian or Aries because it's just a card of fire, okay? So 2 spins. I've got different people on different timelines, okay? Some of you are very caring and sharing, but we'll go into that. But like I said, some of you have learnt your lesson, okay, and you've took the lesson on and you are run from it. And there's the lesson, 9. So you're reaching a completion and you are in alignment with whatever that is and whatever comes out here and we go over, okay? Now you're standing, hopefully, If you're not, you're not. But if you are standing within your power, you've learnt your lesson and you are running in the opposite direction, and you have someone now that is watching you this way. I'm watching you, la 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 dum, da da la 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 dum dum da dum dum dum. Come on. There's another song, I forget what that is. But watching this side here, which is watching a decision. So this person here, if they're running back to you, they're looking back at the decision that they made that could be an Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. That can also be in their chart, but that can also be in the other person's chart because of alignment, spiritual alignment, but also your wheel of fortune, but also Vedic astrology, okay, where moon signs, Venus signs, any sign within your chart, but your main ones really, would mean that it's aligning up. So people probably won't never get to tell you that. Have you ever really thought that, you know, your partner who you're connected to, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and then yours, but then also someone that they're deciding over has also some parts of these in their chart that's aligning them with the alignment of why this is happening? Because someone's running back to a past of either a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius or any kind of sign really, air sign. I've got a lot of air sign. So this will relate to different people because I'm really going into Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus people, and I'm connecting with so many different energies at the moment. So this is balance. So this is, like I said, you've got three. Someone is like obviously giving more to one person than the other person. Someone is very caring and sharing, and they're moving forward fearlessly with passion to make this decision to actually go this way. So I'm going this way because I have projects, I have people to care about, I have people to worry about, that I do actually have the quality, and I've learnt my lesson. Okay, so I'm receiving something. This is also like Libra in a way too, but receiving something karmically because you have learnt about equality of love, care, affection, give and take, but also standing in your power and becoming the change, becoming the masculine. Okay, now masculine and feminine, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because me, I'm a feminine male, right? But I'm becoming a masculine. But me, regardless, I would want a feminine woman. Why would you want a masculine woman? Or why would you have like a man? Do you know? Because you don't want people that are players and people that don't form equality to give you what you deserve as a loving, caring human being, Pisces. You deserve more. You deserve more. And you're going to receive something. You are going to receive something. And someone's going to receive something too. They're going to receive a message that possible one of these signs is actually messing about with another sign. And that's what they're doing. That, you know, here we go. So it depends. So let me try and break it down so far. Some of them went back to their past, and we're going back in time. Rewind your time. They've gone back to their past to make a decision that could have been a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius, or all of that is in their chart, or it's part of in this other person's chart, okay? That could have been watching them, like as a predator, as if to say a predator, which is like unseen, right? The Predator, the film The Predator was the ghost figure that you couldn't really see, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm picking up. So it was an energy that's felt, or like fucking someone's all up in their mind of fear that someone's watching them, and then that pretty much could have well called into a cluster where I ran back to a decision and I went back to my past, which could have been an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? And that's what they went back to, where now what goes around comes around is the fact that they're still doing what they were doing to the other person. Still they're still, it's either a marriage or a family, or they're giving more to their children than the other, or they're giving like not so much money and they're on search for money, or one person has like loads of fucking money and one person probably doesn't, and there's no equality. So it could be a marriage. Listen, this could be an absolute clusterfuck. Sorry, but it can be like where they've got so much karma, where they were in a marriage, or they are still in a marriage, or they were in a marriage and it's got to do with children. It could also have to do with another karmic partner that they got involved with also that wasn't giving equality, and that they were kept coming back to them, and then they were coming back to you, but they were still caught in the middle with you. They were caught in the middle with everybody, and they've got more karma to deal with than you can shake a stick at, Pisces, you know. So a lot of you, it's going to depend on where you are on your karmic timeline, because whichever way round it is, everybody at this particular point through this reading is in alignment with what they're doing. Now, they're in alignment with, they now probably feel very defensive over the person that could be doing it to them, and they just don't fucking know. And that's why they're carrying a lot of conflict and blame that's being projected out onto the universe and you. So you might feel it. So you might feel in fear. Okay? If you don't feel in fear, okay, what they're doing is you project it out onto the universe, and that's how you manifest. What you get is what you receive. So it can be a fixed moon sign, meaning the conditioning of yourself. 7, meaning the conditioning of yourself. If you have an open moon sign, okay, you're very optimistic and you're probably going this direction, okay? Now, if someone has a fixed and they're not very optimistic and they have a fixed air sign, that can mean that it goes around and around and around in their mind in circles, being fixed, thinking that everybody's going to do this to me. So I'm not very optimistic. I don't know which way to go because I'm going around and around in circles and I'm not optimistic. I just settle always for second best, okay? Which is first the worst, second the best. You know, like a game player. Never be a game player, be a game changer. Something I wrote a while back. Never be a game player, be a game changer. Change the script. Change your energy. Pull it back. Pull back. Because, someone pulled back their energy, and that's what they felt. They felt that energy shift. Thank you, Spirit. They felt that energy shift, and you pulled back your energy, and that's why you've now got the chasing and running, okay? Where they're watching you now running in this direction, or whether they don't know what direction it is that you're going in, because this card's not, one, yet clarified, and two, it's looking and it's running out of this way. So this could have happened in May, where this energy shift changed and you decided to go this way, and whatever happened in May is what you were looking at and running from, right? Or this could happen in a cycle where it could come into fruition in July, okay? Because you're in alignment with something, Pisces, okay? Well, everybody is. There's been an energy shift, definitely. Some of you feel very defensive over this decision that someone is probably making, or a decision that you're making, where some of you have drawn the line within your energy and you've cut the energy off. 9. There you go. That's under there. 9. Okay, and the Fool, wow, and the Ten of Swords, I'm not going to go too far into the deck. That's what I'm saying. Some of you have learnt the lesson. So you've got 10 there, which is 17, 8 of Swords, okay? But 1 in 10, sorry, so I don't want to go too much on the numerology because I'm looking at all the others. 10, 11, 12, 3 of Swords. Don't want to go too far into that at the minute, Pisces. But you, because of this and this, that's the lesson. 7 and 2, which is 9. So it's to do with travelling and distance, but wanting to be open. Some of you are open-minded and optimistic. Some of them, they're not open-minded and optimistic, where they're constantly yearning, wanting to go in a new direction, but they don't ever take it because they always feel defensive about what it is that they have to go and do, okay? Some of you are, they have crossed the line, okay, and you're very optimistic and you just want to take off. You just like, you're okay, well, I'm okay with traveling, I'm okay with communication, I have a job to do, you know, I have global things to do, or I have mind expansion, okay, mind expansion. 9, the 9 of Wands, meaning that you can be a very good leader-oriented person and you persevere with strength. Some of them, 9, can mean like PTSD and trauma. Okay, traumatized by their past is what I'm picking up. Traumatized by their past. Well, so you've got the Sun, but Leo, or children, or it's to do with children, or you have children, or they have children, or children are involved. I would say definitely. And it's to do with marriages, money, holding back the years. Someone's holding back the tears. Someone's holding back the tears. Because this can be someone that's a mask wearer, regardless. Someone that wears a false leader mask, okay? So I don't want to be too but thrones, when they come into play, they can be someone that sits on a false throne, okay? A false prophet. Someone is like a prophet, like a false prophet, meaning like money, like a false prophecy, but someone that they can be involved with could be controlling their finances, is what I'm saying, falsely, where they're not giving them enough of what they want and need. So it can make someone needy, which would also be the nines, okay? So it would, but that would go into tarot, not numerology. But someone can be very needy, someone could be very caring and sharing, but someone could be needing your money or needing your support, and they're very needy, and which can make this very codependent. Codependent on the energy that you have that they want to take, because there's been an energy shift and they see you running in that direction, and they're now wanting to come back in your direction to either use you for money, or see that you're gaining more wealth or popularity, and that you're a very strong independent leader, and you're going forward fearlessly, and you're having a lot of prosperity and growth in your soul, okay, but also within any parts of your chart, but generally, okay, that you are a very caring and sharing person that's very good with children, okay, very caring and sharing with children, and that you would make a very good mother or father. So you would have the sun and the moon, which is like the matrix. The matrix. The sun, the father created, and the architect was the architect. So some of them could be very rich, they're like an architect, or you can be, but they could be like an architect, okay? The father could be like an architect, where they design things, okay? If not, what I've been talking about lately is the matrix, which was the father created the matrix, but he needed the mother, okay, to create balance, which was like Libra. But choice, the all-seeing eye and the oracle gave choice. That was why the matrix first failed, that the father started to do, because it failed, because it was a flawed system. Flawed. Some of them could make flooring or do flooring or something to do with floors. But there's a flaw in the matrix, because there isn't been an equality of balance of the all-seeing eye of oracle, where someone's not using their intuition of the all-seeing eye oracle, okay, where they cannot balance themselves out with your energy. Your energy doesn't mix. It doesn't mix well, because someone doesn't mean well, or hasn't meant well to them. There's a loop here where there has been a general energy shift, and that is where that persisted to be a lesson for them, but also you, depending on where you are, okay? This is the all-seeing eye and the oracle. If the energy of metaphysics was just felt, okay, where the communication was very, at one point could have been about sex, okay, sex, or someone that you had a sexual encounter with, okay, but they kind of went back, like I said, went back because of distance or too much conflict or blame, where you just felt that also within your energy of you're using your intuition, that they were too indecisive, not very optimistic. Or you were optimistic and you continued with strength. This is different people, different timelines, different people, Pisces. You are very optimistic. You've stood in your power and you've become more masculine. You've stood up to be like a leader, a bit like Aries energy, okay? Aries energy. And you've moved forward. This could be an Aries that they went back to. Or you've stood in your power of like an Aries, okay? Or any sign. And you've consisted to say, fuck it, I'm not having people just take shit from me. I'm not having it, you know. What are you, a spring? Bounce, bruv, because you just come in and you take something and then you go. Or you come in and you just feed me a line, but then you're not showing consistency of the proof is in the pudding. Show up as what you are. Is this what you are? Okay, so actions changes time. Action changes things. Okay, if someone's not with you, this is them. Okay, because they don't show up. They're not with you all the time like a loving partner would be. They would be communicating freely with you all the time. They would connect with your true energy, the truth of yourself. They would connect with your truth of your energy, okay? So if you're a very caring, loving person, that's you, or, you know, or them. It's fucking confusing. This is what I'm saying. Someone's very confusing. But, like I said, this could be someone that they went back to their past, to find a lesson in equality. And that's the lesson that this person here had to go back to learn about a prosody of give and take, equality, that you have to give to energy to receive energy. If you give energy but then you run and you just steal it and take it, okay, and you think, okay, well, I'm not prepared to release anything about myself. I'm not prepared to release my past to here, which can mean anybody. Literally, I'm not prepared to release somebody or something, or I'm not prepared to sacrifice anything about myself at all, okay, and I'm not learned anything because I don't release the past. Fear. 9. Fear. Panic, anxiety, worry, settling. So I constantly run into situations that will do exactly the same back to me. So it's to me, to you, to me, to you. You know? Where that will just happen with them in life in general. They'll constantly be searching for something that's already found us. Like Virgo. Okay? Virgo. Doesn't have to be. This could also be Virgo. Pisces, Virgo. But we're reaching for death on the end of a candle. We're searching for something that's already found us. The Hermit. It's already found you. Death has already found you. At any point of the time it can happen. Okay? You can't never change that. Depends what's written for you, but you have free will to decide whatever it is that you want to do. But life is also right in front of you too, and you have to be optimistic in order to take that step, in order to get life, to receive it. So you have to persevere forward with strength. Okay? But the Hermit, what it searches for is that yearning feeling of a light, which is death, which is Dionysus, meaning you're pulled to feel heaven, that you're in search for the one. You're in search for the one. But the one could be on the next timeline where you might have to be single in order to learn for your life to be great next time. So this time you're learning, this lesson is, well, this timeline here is more about independence. I'll tell you, just generally of what I feel. It's about independence and being single, okay? The one is everybody, And you will feel that pull because that's called your karma. You are being pulled towards heaven. So that's why death and life are always right in front of you all the time, okay? Time is not an illusion. You are an illusion, because everything happens around you and you just sit and wait for things to happen. Some people, they just sit and wait for things to happen and time just goes by. And it is part of metaphysics, okay? But it's you that's the illusion because your soul is constantly being pulled towards the Hermit, which is like death or life, okay? So you can feel that you are in an illusion a lot. So time will happen around you regardless of whatever it is that you do, and you have free will to change that at any point. That's why these are just general messages of you can change it. They can change if they wanted to, but they don't. They don't. Or do they? Right? But you have to be optimistic in order to change, in order to receive something, is pretty much what I'm saying. You can change time, that's why you're an illusion, is because you can change it by changing your path, by changing lanes. Okay, change your energy, pull back your energy. Okay, change yourself, that will change your lane, that will change your timeline, that will change the person that you are. You will become it. You will become a masculine quality. You will become a leader-oriented person. You will change people's lives. You will change your life. You will become gifted. You know? So, time is part of metaphysics, and it will always tick by whether someone dies or lives, and that's why we have the tower, which is part of rebirth, which is like a Scorpio rising, like what I have, right? But Scorpio rising, you rise up and you feel that pull towards your rising sign. So you have reincarnation, but you also have transformation, rising from the ashes, you know. So you will constantly feel a pull towards the one and not know who is the one, because they've got no idea. They haven't got no fucking clue. And probably neither of you. But that's why it cries for independence. Is because you don't never have to feel sad about being alone. You know, I said this to someone else, Gemini. You never have to feel bad about being alone. Being alone. Because if you feel that you're alone, but you are very happy because you're free to do whatever you want, but you generally feel good alone, that's when you can meet new people, you know. If you feel bad that you're alone and you're constantly not optimistic and you really want love, but you don't know how to give it or receive it, then it makes people a player where they don't merge with people's energy because they're not optimistic about giving. Giving. There has to be a quality of balance, and there really isn't at the moment. So that's the reading at the moment, Pisces. Okay, so I've got more things. But please give me just another 5 minutes. Okay, this is your reading so far. The rest of it will be done, and it is over either one on Vimeo, and this is for the bi-weekly, or it is over on Patreon. Now, Patreon is $16, okay, and that gives you access to your monthly. Your monthly was about Pandora's Box, okay, a very good reading, okay. And you can either, one, watch that over on Vimeo as just a single reading. But my advice would be watch your moon sign as well as your sun sign, okay? But your rising, but definitely your moon, okay? So why I've done this for an option also for Patreon is that you can watch all of those monthlies and all of these bi-weeklies, and everything gets put on both sites. They get put on Patreon where you can join, but you have access to everything, which is everybody's Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus if you want to watch them. All the guidance videos that I do, music videos that I've done, they are all over there too that you can have access to. The teaching stuff, that's all over there as tier 1 at the moment. It will change later through the months or month or whatever, next month. And that. But at the moment, I'm giving people access to everything for $16 where you can watch the whole lot. And the streaming period goes on. You don't have to, it's not like a 73-day. If you go to Vimeo, that's just a 3-day streaming period. And you can just watch the rest of this or your monthly, and that is over there. Monthly folder, bi-weekly folder, and you can find them both. And you can have access just for the one for 72 hours, I think it is, if you just want to watch that. But if you want to join Patreon, that will give you access to everything. And I'm also going to do live readings, and I'm also going to make a tit of myself at some point when I reach 30 Patreons, as I'm going to put a video back when I was going through my very big karmic situation that happened to be Libra. Happened to be Libra, okay? But I learnt my lesson through that, and she helped me loads through that, through my soul, you know, through my soul, where I don't blame, you know, I appreciate that, because I lost, I'll pick that up soon, I lost loads of weight, I gained so much, gain, losses and gain, you know, you gain something, you always do when you realise something about yourself, Pisces, you really do, trust me guys, you really do. If you are on this timeline where things are really not going in your favour, they will, Pisces. They will. When you get to that point of aligning yourself with your intuition, and it will only grow. It will literally only grow in time. It really will. You know, you have to just keep going. Just keep going. You know, well, you have no choice. Unfortunately, you have no choice because it's your karma. So regardless, you're in alignment with whatever's happening. You can't run from it. You have to go through it. Persevere with strength. You can't avoid things of what I do when I teach people about, you know, the disciples and cutting through boulders and separation and avoidance and going straight through fear and aggression and persevering through, because that's the, you know, the messages that were received. Receiver, giver and receiver. Sorry, I've got more. Giver and receiver, the taker. Some of you have stood up in your masculine quality now, and you are the receiver and giver of messages and everything. Then you have the taker, because you have a masculine that is like taking stuff, or thinks that they are, but they've got a masculine connected to them that's taking from them. Okay, pretty much. So they've met their match of a masculine versus masculine, of control, of manipulation. Yes, definitely. They've met their match of, but they've also met their match with you, where they can't work you out. They see you as someone very strong and independent and very caring and sharing, Pisces, regardless. But the person that they went back to, this is happening. Exactly what I just said. They met their match. There's someone that's taking their energy and taking from them and leaving them in a state where they don't know which way to go. Okay? Because it's probably to do with children or a Leo possible. Leo possible. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there, Pisces, but like I said, you can find them on all multimedia sites. But the Patreon is very is a very good option. Please follow Becoming the Change. Okay, Becoming the Change is the business page, and everything you can follow in the description. But I can keep an eye on people, or you can keep an eye on what I'm going to do, because sometimes I'll just release things over there, and that'll tell you what I'm going to do with this channel or another channel. But I'm trying to transition everything over to Patreon at some point. But that's a good option for everybody, where you'll just get everything, you know, for the time being. Okay. Thank you so much for all your love, kind words, Pisces. I really do appreciate it. You know, the people that want to leave a dislike or whatever, that's fine. That's totally up to you. If you take this as an offence or a cross-watcher, I can't help but just give over truth messages. So that's down to you, and that's still your karma. So, you know, that's fine. But I'll hopefully see you over on Patreon. If not, I'll see you soon. Okay, guys? Peace.